Hello, my name's Tracy Lazenby and I'm the Project Information Officer of the Neighbours Together project at Watford and Three Rivers Trust. I'm here today to tell you all about our What's On guide and how you can use it. Our What's On guide is a comprehensive guide that lists clubs, activities, community events, courses and groups in the Watford and Three Rivers areas suitable for the over 55s. It's where we keep all the information in one place for you. We produce a printed quarterly guide that we distribute to all community centres and libraries and other distribution points around the areas. But we also have all the information online, which is what I'm going to show you today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. So to access our What's On guide, you need to go into your internet browser, whichever one you may use, or on your phone, and you can type in www.mywellbeing.community. And this will take you to the My Wellbeing community page. What you can see here at the end, it says More, and then you get the menu underneath. So you can click on What's On guide. So here it will give you some information about the What's On guide, what information you can find, how you can search for something. Now, there are two versions here. The first version you can see here on the right-hand side is a digital copy of our printed What's On guide. So this is a copy of the quarterly guide. This is really useful because it's a really easy way to look through the guide to find some activities. But it is only updated once a quarter. So what we also have further down is a database here. Now this database is updated all the time. So although it's not as easy to find activities as the copy of the printed guide, it is more up to date. So it is also worth checking this because we update this all the time. Now you can see down the bottom we have three tabs: club, activity, group or course. So this is for the regular groups that run sort of weekly or monthly. You also have a tab here for support services. So these are a list of support services that are running in the area. And the final tab is for community events. So if I go back to the club, activity, groups or course, now they're listed in alphabetical order by organisation, so that you can see that the first option here is a slice of happiness, and then it moves on to Abbott's Art Group and so on. And then you can scroll along. So you've got the organisation name, you've got the name of the activity, and then you've got the category. So we've broken the activities down into different types to help you find something of interest. And then you've got the description. So this gives you a brief bit of information about what the activity is and where the activity held. So whether it's online or if it's in person, then you've got the address there. The postcode area, the frequency, so weekly, monthly, and so on, the day of the week, the time, start time, end time, and also start date, end date, if applicable, the cost of the activity, the target age group, a link to the website where you can find some more information, and then also you've got the contact name and telephone number so that you know who to contact for further information. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of activities listed on here. It can be a little bit difficult to search for things, but what I find quite useful, particularly if you're looking at this on a laptop or PC, you can use the Control F and then you see it brings up this little box here. If there's something in particular you're looking for, say you're looking for a knitting club, for example, it says there's 9 results for the word knitting. So then you can use these arrows to scroll through all of the results. So it will take you to everywhere in this table that lists the word knitting, or whatever the search word is that you've used. So that can be quite useful to help you to find if you're looking for something in particular, so you're not scrolling through lots and lots of entries. If I move on to the next tab on support services, so this is slightly different. So this lists all the services that are available in the the Watford and Three Rivers area. We don't have this information in the printed What's On guide, so this is where you would find this information at the moment. So similarly, the organisation name, the name of the service, the type of the support service, some information about what that service is. So it might be a befriending service or a support group or something like that. The address, or whether it's provided online or over the phone. The cost of that service, a majority of the cases there are free services. Suitable for which ages, website address, and contact information. And the last tab we have here is for events. So this lists all the community events that are happening. So what they are, where they are, when they're on, and who to contact for more information. You also have further down here, again, if you are accessing this from a PC or laptop, you can actually download a PDF document of this. So this might be useful if you're not searching for yourself. So it might be if you have a role where you're going out and meeting people, and you might want to download a copy of it for reference, maybe in your appointments. And further down, we've also got a link here if you want to add an activity. So if you're providing a group or service or club, and it's not currently listed here, you can click on this link and it will take you to a Google form. You can fill in the information to submit your listing to us, and we can add that into the guide for you. Now, we say with both of our printed guide and also our table here, particularly, you know, with potentially COVID restrictions changing or people having to isolate, we please always recommend that you contact the provider of each activity before attending. So we provide the information of the provider against each activity, so you can get in touch with them first, just to make sure that they are running, make sure there are not any changes, and just to check that they are still welcoming new members to their group. So I'm now going to show you how you can use our interactive version here. So you can either click on the image or click on the link there. So I'm going to click on the image. So this is our January to March edition. And the January to March edition will be distributed early January to those key distribution points that I mentioned. But the printed guides, we very much see them as for people that don't really have online access. So where you do have online access, this is the best way to access the guide. Now, I find it easier if you see there's a scroll bar here. If you scroll right down to the bottom, you can see there's an option here that says full screen. So if you click on that, it just makes it a bit easier to see the whole page all at once. So I'm just going to move my image down there. Okay, so this is the front cover. It may be familiar to you. And there's an arrow here, and this is how you can turn your pages. So first of all, we've got an introduction about the guide, what it's used for, and also some useful links. Okay, so On pages 4 and 5, so we have the contents page. So we list our activities by postcode. We had some feedback to suggest that people would like it listed in this way so that individuals can see what activities are near to where they live. So we have a map down here of all of the postcode areas within Watford and Three Rivers, and then a list of the different areas here. This can also be useful if, for example, your postcode was WD17. You can have a look and think, okay, well, I could potentially access activities in the WD24 or the WD18 areas. It tells you which pages for each postcode area. We also have a separate section for online activities, other activities and community events, dementia friendly activities, and useful contacts. You can see down here we have a key, so we also have a symbol against each activity. And this symbol represents the type of activity. So you can see here there's a sort of paintbrush and pen for arts and crafts, a knife and fork for lunch club, coffee mornings, dance, health and well-being, sport and fitness, and social get-togethers, for example. So if you're looking for a particular type of activity, you can use that key to help to spot something of interest. So the first postcode that we have is WD3, which is our blue section. And you can see here, it's then broken down into days of the week. So you've got activities on Mondays, lots of activities on Mondays in the WD3 area, and Tuesdays, and so on. So if we take this one as an example, so you've got Tuesday Tuesday group coffee shop, suitable for all ages, Tuesdays 9 till 11. You see we've got the coffee morning image here. We've got the address where the coffee morning's held, what it is, so a brief description of what the activity is, who you can contact for more information, and how much that will cost you. So if we just scroll through, so a few more pages so you can have a look at how you can turn and read through the book, and then I'll show you some of the other sections. So then it takes us into our WD5 postcode. WD18. As you can see, there's a wide range of different types of activities, so there should be something for everyone. So our What's On guide is aimed at the over 55 age group, but of course there are lots of activities in here that are suitable for all ages. WD25. Okay, so here the section we have here is, I've just moved on to the online activities. So there are many activities that are still running online, which is great because that gives people that are at home the opportunity to still access a wide range of groups and activities. So these are all the online activities listed here now. There's even online arts and crafts, online exercise sessions, drama, carers groups, choirs. So there's a lot you can do if you're not able to go out at this time, there's still plenty that you can access and join in on. And then we have our other activities and community events. So these might be activities that are in a range of different areas, or it might be that they can be accessed, or they're not on set particular days, or it might be that they're sort of just outside the Watford and Three Rivers areas, but they are accessible for people that live in the Watford and Three Rivers area. So there's a mix of various different things in here, as well as the community events as well. For example, we're running a pensioners forum on Wednesday, the 2nd of February at Watford Coliseum. So those are the kind of activities you can see in there, and community events. We then have our Dementia Friendly section. So this links very much in with the Dementia Friendly Watford initiative and Dementia Friends. So you've got in here various dementia hubs, singing sessions, and a wide range of different clubs and groups, and golden memories at Watford Football Club. Now, I mentioned about accessing these activities. We've also included a link at the front and also some information here about community car service. The Watford and Three Rivers community car service is just one of those. So if you're looking through this book for yourself, or you are helping somebody else to access activities, it's worth knowing that there are community cars services around for those people that either don't drive or are unable to use public transport. So we have volunteer drivers that can take you to these activities for a small cost. So yes, that's useful to know, to help you to get to these activities. At the back, we have this useful contacts section here. The useful contacts is just some contact telephone numbers. It's just a small proportion of what we have available listed on our website, but there's just a few key ones here, just so that that information is readily available. There's some space to write notes on the printed guide, and also at the back here, there's our health and wellbeing team provide a range of different services, as well as the community cars that I mentioned, such as digital inclusion, getting together at home, getting together social clubs, some other services such as personal shopping and prescription collection. So it's just so that you can see other services that are available. And that is the back of our book. Now, as I mentioned before, it's very, very important to contact the organiser of an activity before turning up, just to check that they're still running. Sometimes some pre-registrations required anyway, so that you've got the name and contact number there. So I hope you found this useful. If you've got any questions at all, you're very welcome to email us at neighbourstogether@w3rt.org, or you can call us on 01923 606 447. And just a reminder of the website address, it's www.mywellbeing.community. Thanks very much for watching.